Hi, hello people. The next video I post, I'm going to be wearing exactly the same thing, and that's because I just filmed it, but I'm gonna upload this one first because that's how I work. I recently went to a festival in Telford called Tea Live. There we go. Look at that. Is it focused? Focus, camera, focus. If that focused. And there were a lot of people there who clearly had never been to a big concert before. It got me thinking, Cara rants about concerts, basically. There we go. Cara's got another ranting video out. Let's do this shit! I go to a lot of concerts. This year I have been to 11, I think? 12, 11? I don't know. All of varying, brutality. The first one of the year was in February. It's all-time low. I went to a local one of my friends' bands. Two of my friends' bands played. I've been to see Max Milner, who's acoustic-y. I've been to Green Day, repping the Green Day. I went on this tour. So here we go. I won't class them as rules because some people are into some things and some people are into not. It's a bit like sex. Did I just say that? People are completely and utterly clueless when it comes to concerts, especially in a festival environment. Now this is like, it was kind of like T4 on the beach, kind of, you're there, when you're there, you're kind of there all day, especially if you want to see like the last person on the bill, you kind of have to stay there all day. So that means you're peeing and you're eating goes completely out the window unless you're a dude and can pee in a bottle. If you're a woman and you do not own a she-wee, that means you have to hold it. I held a wee for a very long time, and I'm not proud of it. Didn't drink anything, and I was very dehydrated. I had a massive headache, but that's just something you have to deal with.
There was these girls who were surrounding me, and they're completely clueless. They're like, should we go and get our food now and have a wee? They didn't talk like that. They weren't grannies. We got in at 3, I think, and it started at like 5:30. I nearly turned around and went, go fucking now, because then you're more likely to get to your place than wait until it starts, because you're never going to get back here.
There was somebody behind me who did this. Woo! Like, woo! Yeah! Don't do a blood-curdling scream.
Other lineup at Tea Live was Lovable Rogues. I'm not a big fan. I know of them. I do not know of their music though. This girl behind me was such a fucking big fangirl, and I'm into fangirls. I know what you feel. But when they came on, I was deaf. Insert high-pitched scream here. She did like a blood-curdling scream, and I was like, for fuck's sake, they're just people. Stop putting them on pedestals. Top of the bill was McFly. McFly are my favourite band and have been for 10 years. That's how long they've been going. I have inked my skin for McFly. That is their logo, Greg the Grill Mike. I'm a massive, massive fan of McFly. Yet I still do not do a blood-curdling scream when I see them. No, I'm like, woo! Yeah!
Don't do blood-curdling screams because the people in front of you, to the side and behind you, do not want to become deaf. If I get pushed, I can't help it. Concerts, a lot of rough and tumble and whatnot. I will refer to Slam Dunk Festival, which I went to.
Wanted to watch Sleeping with Sirens, so I went halfway through the band before set. I can't remember who they were. Sorry. Before them were pretty good. And so I was kind of like there. And then as they finished, there was a whole surge of people who left. And I got pushed forward. I got pushed to the barrier. Now there was these 2 girls which I'd seen because they were in front of me, who had been waiting there probably for a very long time for Sleeping with Sirens. They were proper Kellen Quinn fangirls. I got then pushed in front of them, really. They were there and I was there, 3 of us were on the barrier. But I was closer to Kellen than they were, so they didn't like that. They gave me their dirtiest looks ever, and they were beating me up basically. They were elbowing me and pushing me back, and I was like, I can't help, I got pushed forward.
If you're 12, don't try and get in front of me.
This happened at Tea Live. There was a girl who was way, way shorter than I am, probably about 12, maybe even younger. And she was there trying to push her way in front of me. Look, bitch, I'm not the skinniest girl in the world, and I have quite big muscles. You're gonna lose. She's all elbows and everything as well. I'm like, look, she was like a twig. I could have broken her like that. I'm one of those people that can snake through crowds easily too. I'm sure, as I've said. I don't know how. I'm just really good in crowds. I can be like, well, yeah, and then I'm like, oh hey, I'm at the front. How did that happen? But she was deliberately, it was clear. I'm very sneaky about it.
If you're watching this girl who tried to push in front of me, get more subtle, because you were quite tiny, and if you're more subtle, you could have got in front of me. Just saying. It's kind of a bit more advice, is talk to people around you. I'm quite introverted and I don't like to start conversations first. However, if you kind of like stretch down and be like, oh sorry, and knock somebody, then that can kind of spark a conversation. People who are in front of me at Tea Live and like rounds at Slam Dunk as well, I talked to a few people doing this, but the
people in front of me at Tea Live, I had like a whole conversation with them, and whatnot. But then there was the girls, who I will mention again, who were kind of behind side that area, who I knocked into and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, and they were just like, poker face. And I was just like, oh, okay then, I won't say sorry again. It was just really rude, I didn't mean, people.
This is when I mention those girls. Again, when things get thrown into the crowd, there are certain rules which have never been really spoke of, but people follow these rules.
One of the McFly concerts I went to, which was in an arena, I was the second row, one of the support bands, through their pick, and it fell right in between me and this other girl. I just put my foot on top of it. She hadn't noticed, and then she saw me put my foot on, and she was like, fair play, your game, you noticed it, you put your foot on it, that is now yours.
They are unwritten rules which everybody should abide by. Just saying.
I went to a gig by a band called Franco. Ricky, the drummer, threw his drumstick into the crowd, and my friend picked it up and gave it to me, and she apparently fought for the death for it, but when she had grabbed it and was like, this is mine! Nobody tried to steal it off her.
If your hand is clearly on it, and on most of it, it is yours, and that should be a thing.
My story is from Tea Lives. Amazing thing happened to me. As I said, McFly with a headline.
I managed to catch this. This is Tom Fletcher's guitar pick. Tom is my favourite member of McFly. He has been since the beginning, and I think he will always be my favourite member. If you're watching, Tom, I know you go on YouTube. Hi.
This bitch! Like, to the poker face girl.
3 of us who it kind of went like that, okay? The girl in front of me, who I had spoken to before, it went over her head and she was like, right, that's it. It's behind me now. That's it. And somebody moved and I spotted it. So I went, BAM! And like, put my foot on it. This girl noticed me put my foot on top of it and then, like, attacked my foot, properly lifting my foot, trying to get it. And I was like, do you mind getting the fuck off my foot? And she's like, I'm not on your foot. I'm like, well, clearly you are. If I took a picture now, it would see your hands on my foot and on my shoe.
So I kind of bent down and like moved my foot like that, because I knew exactly where the pick was underneath my shoe. Picked it up, put it in like the palm of my hand, like that. And I looked and was like, oh my god, she said she's drama helping. I was like, oh my god, where did it go? Where did it go?
Her friends, like, next to her were like, where did it go? And then she looked at me and I was like, I don't know, it's not there. Sure. And then it was in my hand the whole time.
And when everybody went, they were still searching for it, and I just ran to my friend Meg's, because I knew where she was. I ran to her, I was like, Meg!
She was like, oh my god, Cara! Yeah! She doesn't talk like that. That's a really bad impression. I'm sorry if you're watching Meg's. This one's for more hardcore things. Mosh pits. If somebody clearly doesn't want to go into a mosh pit, please do not drag them. It's not very nice. And don't be that dickhead who every 20 seconds after a mosh dies starts it up again, because clearly the crowd isn't feeling it at that time. Crowd surfers. Now this I do have a big problem with. Like, it depends how you start. I know some people like get lifted up by their friend like nicely and then go wee. However, at Slam Dunk, people were literally running and launching themselves up, and twice it hit somebody I went to Slam Dunk with in the head. Don't go to concerts to get concussed and to get whacked in the head. So stop being knobs and think of other people other than yourselves. You paid, but we also paid, and we don't want to get concussed, is basically the moral of the story. I know a lot of band members are into this, people getting on other people's shoulders. However, I am not. As I said, I'm 5'4". I'm not the tallest person in the world. It's like, okay then. I get the person you're with is short, but I am also short. Deal with it. I'm just not into that as a midget. I know this annoys quite a few people. Don't scream, oh my god, you're so hot! During emotional songs. Clearly, everybody who's there probably thinks that they are attractive too. So, there's no need. We know. Just say that you love them or something.
Although, saying that, I have screamed to Matt Flysick, dash ass. He bent down near me, and I'm like, Flysick, dash ass! And he nearly laughed, and that is one of the proudest moments in my entire life.
That was Cara Rants about concerts. If you liked it, please give it a thumb. Good thumbing. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you would like to, that would be very, very nice. All my links are in the doobly-doo. If you say you watched the video, I will follow you back on Twitter, and I will automatically follow you back on Tumblr anyway, because Tumblr is fucking amazing. So, bye!